Excellent choice! You've just bought 2 products integrating the latest innovative technologies. Not only will they make your wearing experience more rewarding, but they were also designed for a reduced environmental impact thanks to optimized process control from cradle to gate. The products you wear are the result of a subtle mix of creativity and technology. With global value chains, awareness of processes and provenance of materials becomes as important as the ability to leverage new creative solutions meeting the world of robotics, 3D design, with the technologies of the Industry 4.0. The goal is to create something unique. In all this, technical knowledge and skills are fundamental. In the fashion industry, innovation is a daily challenge, and new technologies help to overcome it. We are talking about long and complex manufacturing processes that need to be planned, managed, and monitored at every stage. Why? To combine ethics, aesthetics, and performance while minimizing the environmental impact of production. But let's go back to the beginning. Everything starts with an idea. Usually, a designer takes care of that. But how can that idea be transformed into a product? A clothing item or a pair of shoes must be designed in order to become real. Whether you start with a sheet of paper and a pencil or the optical pen of a computer, the first step is always a sketch. The shape is given by the clothing CAD pattern maker, in the case of clothing item, or the 3D footwear developer, in the case of shoes. For creating a prototype, before making anything material, the project becomes concrete on a screen. It doesn't take a magic wand, but someone capable of transforming a 2-dimensional drawing into something more. A 3-dimensional drawing that represents the product. Amazing! It looks real, almost ready to be worn. At this stage, it is necessary to consider the factors that will reduce waste in the production phase and, above all, the aspects that will allow the garment to be disassembled at the end of its service life in order to reuse, refurbish, or recycle its component. The assessment of the impacts, both environmental and social, of what is being produced is increasingly important for the fashion industry, which needs reducing of its footprint. The sustainability technician is a key expert in any fashion house. He or she keeps a vigilant eye on the impacts of the company and of its supply chain, identifying where improvements can be achieved and developing a business strategy to make them come true are part of the duties. Technical skills and, most important, knowledge of the company's heritage are a must. Interpersonal skills for communicating with co-workers, such as the raw materials technician. Where certification checks are concerned, complete the skill set. Also here, digitalization helps. Think of robotized warehouses. Cutting machines also allow you to work on raw materials with extreme precision and minimizing waste. It's not ready yet, but it's time to unleash your creativity and imagination without forgetting that beauty and functionality must be integrated into a production cycle. A project must also be technically feasible and economically sustainable in order to be produced by a brand. And once your shoes or jacket have been fully imagined, it's time to go and create them. The fashion industry needs smart people, experts in the handling of innovation and technology. Perhaps you have never imagined how many components make up a clothing item or the boots you wear. Well, there are many, and each of them has its own precise practical function. Think of the material in a piece of garment. Whether it is fabric or leather, its production is key for the success of the project. Textile or leather technologists take care of the manufacturing process from the raw material to the finished product that will then be cut and sewn to become a garment or a shoe. These guys are experts. Supply and production processes have no secrets for them. The machinery that is used, the chemicals that are required, and the processing steps must be orchestrated well to meet the demands of customers and brands. There is no one like them to make the processes more efficient. Remote monitoring systems allow them, where appropriate, to solve problems from any place. Every project is different. Every garment needs a material that makes it unique and suitable for its purpose. It's a matter of style, shape, performance, but also of origin and sustainability. Once the project is finished and the materials are selected, it's time to start production. Choosing the right suppliers to manufacture a product requires a deep understanding of the production process and the involvement of work teams. Ensuring product quality and compliance with environmental and social regulations while respecting the budget is a demanding job that combines planning skills with the interpersonal skills needed to manage different teams. That's what a supply chain manager does. He organizes and manages the supply chain. It's crucial to trace the origin of the raw material to be able to tell the story of a product from the beginning. Whether it's a fabric or a leather, you need to know where it came from, who worked on it, what kind of impact the production of this material had. All it takes is a barcode that contains the whole story of a raw material. Technology helps you, together with the understanding of the production process. Because it is not only important to know the narrative of a material, but also of all the phases that have led to the creation of the finished product. Spinning, weaving, finishing for textiles. Or sorting and grading, splitting, tanning, and finishing for leather are as important as cutting, stitching, and assembling. Knowing well all the life cycle steps of a product allows to assess the impact of its production, identify growth potential, and care for a continuous improvement. By the way, all this makes it possible to inform the final consumer in a transparent manner. But how can you ensure that all work phases are carried out on time? The timeline analyst is there to organize and monitor this, taking care of the logistics, identifying possible inconsistencies, and finding creative solutions. As a matter of fact, whether it's footwear or clothing, every step of the production process is tracked so that everyone in the company at any moment knows what stage the production is at. But there's more. This professional profile is also able to interpret the data made available throughout the processing cycle in order to make the necessary corrections. Technology is a great help in creating smart processes. But the analytical skills of engineers are key to using it intelligently. So the product becomes real, but there is still a step before you can actually find it in a store or on an e-commerce site. This is where the digital marketing specialist comes in. That's the profile who places the product in the market and, above all, who knows what features will make it interesting for you, the consumer. Analyzing the market, consumer trends, segmenting the target groups, and then studying personalized strategies for each communication channel, from social media to the website, to the various digital platforms. How should the product be represented? What is the target group? What are the keywords that will make it easier to find? These and other questions are the day-to-day of this profile. Interesting, isn't it? The innovation comes also in the shop. Technology and knowledge are taking giant steps. In your next purchase, you can experiment virtually through a magic mirror what you want to buy. Whether it's a pair of shoes, a handbag, or a dress, behind that object there are minds and hands and technologies you would not imagine. An ecosystem that offers career options that combine creative, technical, and managerial skills with new technologies. You only need to click on your mouse to buy something. But behind a product, there is a whole world in which creativity and technology are intertwined. Jobs where digital skills and robotics support production to create beautiful, high-performance, and sustainable products. That's it. The journey is over. Amazing what is behind your purchase, don't you think?